Okay, so here we have the 2014 Honda Civic. There's been a ton of upgrades to this vehicle. This is the EX model. It's also a coupe, but the features and stuff on the vehicle are all going to be the same. One of the real big changes is to the content. In 2014, Honda adds a bunch of stuff to it, which first of all starts out with the key, the magic key as I like to call it, which is awesome because it lets you have the ability to do everything that you possibly want with it. So as the car's locked, I'll hit the lock button. As you can see, I hit the trunk and I hold it down. Trunk's going to pop open, and then as you can see into the trunk, nice big trunk. It has a split folding seat across the back area, and then if I come underneath right here is going to be your spare tire and jack set and everything. We're not one of those companies that give you a fix-a-flat on our cars. You actually have a tire, which is you would think would kind of be standard, but a lot of companies are going away from the tire and just throwing in a fix-a-flat to save some money. So you do have plenty of room in the trunk. One nice thing I want to tell you is your trunk's open. You lock the car's locked. I accidentally leave my keys in the trunk, close the trunk over, trunk automatically pops up. This way here, you don't have the risk of leaving your keys in there. If you're doing something and you're loading stuff in and the keys fall out of your hand, it's an awesome feature that I love because it's really going to make everything, you know, super simple for you. The other cool thing is with this magic key, I don't ever need to take this out. We have an Odyssey, a 2014 Odyssey that has the same feature to it. My wife never takes the key out of her purse. It's great, she loves it. We have 2 babies, so she's got a ton to manage. All you have to do is walk up to your trunk, put your hand right here where it says trunk open. Just put your hand on there, up it goes. Close it over, you're all good to go. You don't have to worry about anything. All right, as you walk around to the car, you have a couple things. First of all, if you notice right here, that little button, that button is going to be how you lock the car when you get out, if you decide to go with the key in your purse or in your pocket. So what I do is I put my hand there. You heard it probably kick in. Now I can open the door without worry. I get out of the car, push this button, now the car all locked. So these are some features that start on the EX model. The LX does not offer that. The EX model starts with the pass key. You also have the sunroof. You can see it located in the top, and then you also have the nicer rims. And then the rest of the car is the way the car is. You do have a great look. It's a sporty car. It's a sharp car. A lot of people find, and they have the perception that the Honda Civic is a car for a younger person, somebody that's just graduating high school or college, the starter car. And really, it's not that designation anymore. The Honda Civic is a big vehicle. Once you're inside of it, it gets phenomenal fuel mileage. My brother has a 2013 Honda Civic. It's rated for 39 miles a gallon. He gets 42 to 43 miles a gallon given on every single trip. He uses the Econ button, which I'll go over with you in a few minutes. And he keeps the air conditioning on about 2. And he's in downtown Washington, D.C., stop and go 95, and the car's still performing that. And with the discounts and everything, there's really not a major need to go hybrid. It's already an ultra low emission vehicle. So the one other thing I do want to show you, as I creep down here, you'll see right here is a camera, right in that little mark right there. The best thing is this car also comes with rear camera standard and that side camera. And the nice thing with that side camera is, I'm about to pop into the driver's seat. The nice thing about that side camera is when you turn your right turn signal on, or anytime you want to see what goes on down the side of the vehicle, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to show you how it works. But as you can see, this is the entry point of the vehicle. You're going to have standard features on the EX, power windows, power locks, power mirrors. These are also standard on the LX model. When I get in here, you can look right down. This is where you pop your trunk and you pop your gas, as well as for the hood of the vehicle. You do have a sliding seat on the EX model. Just grab the handle, slide it forward, slide it backwards. Not that big of a deal. Then you have these levers right here which help raise and lower the seat. If I go like this a couple times, you can see the seat coming upwards. Myself, I need the seat lowered. And there we go. So you can customize it for each person. I'm going to go over a couple things in here. First of all, your normal cup holders. When I open up the tap here, or the center console, you're also going to have a USB cord right here that you can use as a dongle. I'll put that back in there because what they did is they've modified it now, and if you can see right here, you can see that now you have a USB cord right there, as well as being able to have an HDMI cord. And that's one of the things that makes the Civic really unique. So what I'm going to do is, here's my key. Once again, still going back into the pocket. I'm going to jump in the vehicle. Once I'm in, you'll really be able to get a good look at the dashboard here. The dashboard is laid out awesome. It's telling me right up to the top to start the engine, push the brake, which I'll do right now. And now my car is started. Off to the side over here, I have the Econ button, which is great. I relate that to a lot of people back to the old books, the For Dummies books, where they're black and yellow. And they'll say, you know, photography for dummies, or they'll say, you know, digital imagery for dummies, sailing for dummies. I think of this as that kind of a button, because without having to go into all the technical terms, push it on, it says Econ off, push it, it turns on. The Econ button turns on, and then there's a little flower that shows up on the dashboard. And what that ends up doing there is, it lets you know that you're in the most optimum mode for driving. You have your stability, where you can turn on and off right from there. You pretty much leave that on at all times. And then as you see, I have my steering wheel here. Okay, the steering wheel has a lot of touch stuff right at the fingertips, which is nice, because Honda really doesn't want you to focus a ton on other things while you're driving besides driving. So, a couple things first, we're going to talk about the phone. All these cars, no matter which one you're looking at on the Civic line, does come with Bluetooth capability. So I'm going to pair a phone up right now. I hit the button. If you look over here at this big touchscreen area now, it says, no phone is paired, would you like to pair a phone now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Bluetooth, and I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to Bluetooth. I'm going to disconnect. Forget this device. Okay. And I'm going to hit yes. Okay, now it's saying make sure your Bluetooth is turned on and set to discoverable on your mobile phone, which it is. We can see it being discovered. Please visit the website in your owner's manual for a list of compatible devices. Okay. I am going to pair up Philips iPhone. Now it's going to tell me to pair. 604210 matches my phone. I hit the pair button, and now it says the pairing was successful. Okay, Bluetooth connected to Philips phone, which is great. Now it's automatically going to, let me X out of it, it's automatically going to bring in all of my phone calls, my phone history, everything, which is awesome. You know, this way here, you don't have to worry about a lot. You don't have to worry about adding your contacts. I can go over here to my call history. I have my call history numbers of people that I dialed. I'll go back over my speed dials. I don't have any speed dials set up yet. So that's pretty much what we have. So now I'm going to turn around and I'm actually going to make a phone call. I'm going to call my store, and you'll see how this works. I'm going to turn the radio up. (912-790-5444). Let's dial. The car automatically kicks over no matter what you're doing to the dialing, which is really nice. Some people find it faster to dial from their phone.
Grainger Automotive family of dealerships. For quality of service, this call may be recorded.
Thank you for calling Grainger Honda, home to lifetime warranty, and by direct your call.
Hey, it's Phil. I was just checking to see how the phone was working from a car.
All right.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to turn the radio back down. Now, a couple nice things about the EX model is the EX model is the first trim level on the Civic to come with Honda's next-gen touchscreen. This touchscreen is phenomenal. Everything that I want to do, I can do right from here. I can hit my menu button, go back to the menu on the phone. I can look at my speed dials, my phone book, hit my phone book. Here comes all of my people. Hit the back button. Back takes me back. I can dial right from the actual keypad right here. So I could have just went in 19127905444 if I wanted to. Real simple. So you don't have to use the phone. It's whichever way you want to go. I just find it easier to use the phone to place the call, unless it's somebody that I already have stored in my phone. So I'll hit back. You can see how this works. I'll hit back again, and we can keep going backwards. Hit the home button. The home button at the top up there, if you noticed, it was just a little touch screen, brings up the options of being able to go to the phone, info, audio, settings, or Link Connect. Honda Link is awesome. I'm from Philadelphia originally, so we have stations up in Philadelphia that we really like to listen to. Being down here in Savannah, it allows me to really just put my phone together, turn on the AHA link, and I get to listen to all my local stations up in Philadelphia. So when the Eagles are playing or when anybody's playing, I can listen in on them on YSP or whatever, and well, there we go. So I can access my phone, I can access my car information, so I can hit the info button. It shows me my trip information, it tells me my history of trip A, it shows everything that I want it to end up showing, and then I can go back to my home, I can click on my car settings. My car settings will let me change what I want to do between phone, audio, Bluetooth, info, camera, the security system of the vehicle. I can change how long the lights stay on for. I can change the responsiveness of the vehicle when I hit unlock or lock, or if I want the car to come out of park the minute I go, or the minute I go into drive, I want it to go into park, or if I want it to be where when, you know, I take it into gear and I start going 15 miles an hour, it automatically locks the door. There's a ton of stuff I can do. So for right now, I'm going to go to the audio screen, back to the front, and I'm just going to put it on audio. So everything, as you can see right now, is right in here. Hopefully you can see it. FM, AM, CD player, Bluetooth, iPod, Pandora, the AHA network. You have the ability to hook right into an HDMI, which is awesome. It actually will cause the screen of your phone to appear right on the actual screen here, which makes using Google Maps or Navi awesome. I'm actually not going to demonstrate that portion of it today, just because that's a pretty thorough walkthrough that you have to do, and I'm trying to give you a quick overview of what you can expect on a 14 or a 15 Civic. Another nice feature before we get off here is down here, and I pointed this out when I first got in the car, but the ease of access to be able to have a USB port right where it needs to be is awesome. And you can relate that to older PCs where you used to have to plug in things in the back of them. Well, now everything's in the front because it's easier to reach. So we follow the same philosophy. Our USB plug is right there. You can plug that in and keep your phone charged the whole time you go. So that takes care of that. Glove box, nice full-size glove box. We have airbags everywhere like normal in our Hondas. Airbag in the steering wheel, airbag over here on the side, curtain airbags. If you look into the back, curtain airbags right back there. You have room across the back for car seats. You have 3-point safety harnesses. It does follow the latch system. You know, you have right over here, which is the lower anchors and tethers for children. Cup holders, if you can see them, built into the doors. And then that's really the big gist of the back seat. The 4-door model just has a little bit extra room. Beyond that, your layout up front here is all going to be similar. When you look at this now, we have our source button, which will automatically allow us to switch through the sources. You can also see it changing up here, so you're not always taking your eyes off the road while you're driving, which I like a lot. You have this button right here, if you can see it, which says I for info. I push that in, and I can switch through the way that my dash is. So right now I have it on a clock. Now I have it with playing the CD, whichever track I have playing on the Bluetooth, my average fuel economy, and it can change from there. Menu is a quick access to the menu, showing me vehicle information, odometer, customized settings. So if you don't want to use your menu off to this, you can use it over here. And then obviously we offer cruise control, and that's simple. If you're ever in a Honda, it's real easy. It's just right off to the side over here. It's in the same place on every Honda. And if you've watched any of my other videos, a lot of these cars are all laid out the same. And they do that for the ease of access. Whether you go into a Civic from an Accord, you go from an Odyssey to a Pilot, you go from a Civic to an Odyssey because you had a bunch of kids, the cars are going to be laid out pretty much the same, and they do that for that ease of access. You're familiar with it, you don't want it to change. So that's where we are. Now, over here, we have a bunch of other things going on. You have your auto for your air conditioning. Be able to turn your fan speed higher or lower. You know, your normal stuff down here, your air conditioning, your front rear defroster, stuff like that. The other nice thing, guys, what I want to be able to show you here real quick, now that everybody knows the code to my screen. Let me get over here and turn off this one app from playing. Let's see here. Let me get back. All right. What I'm going to do here is, as you can see, I'm going to click on the music button. And, well, we're going to go Zach Brown, a little bit of chicken fry. So, just that easy. You can stream all of your music to your phone, to your car, with no need for any wires, anything. It's so simple. You can have your phone plugged in and just leave it there and be able to set up your playlist, be able to set up everything just right off the phone without having to go through a ton of, you know, hem-haw and plugging things in and all that. Super simple. Honda really focuses on making everything easy. So now I'm going to turn that off. No need to listen to that. And I'll put the car in gear. We're in drive. Let me start this up. Seatbelt on. And now you'll be able to kind of get a good idea on how a Civic actually drives, how it sounds, everything. I'm going to cut around the back here and pop out. I'm going to switch over my display here. Okay, nobody's coming. Now, the Civic has a couple things with the drivability. First of all, it's going to be hard to see. I'm not sure if you'll be able to or not. I'm going to move in close. Right back in here, you might be able to see the green lights. Those green lights show up around your miles per hour because it wants you to know whether you're driving the car in a fuel optimizing way. Right now, it's nice and green. As you can see, I'll kind of look a little forward. These people looking at me probably think I'm a little strange. Now that I'm giving it a little bit of gas, you see it turn to blue. Now, when I start backing off on the gas, I'm not using that overage of fuel for accelerating. I'm in a steady, solid state right now, going 40, 42 miles an hour. And as you can see, the green stays lit up. If you look off to the side, you'll see my fuel economy, my instant fuel economy, cranking up anywhere from 35 on up. So what's nice there is, for somebody with a lead foot like myself, it almost makes me drive better because I know that when that turns dark blue, I'm doing something wrong. So now I'm going to turn over here. I'm going to show you guys a trick that I do with pretty much all the cars, any of the ones that I use. And I'm going to put the car in park. I'm going to take back out my trusty phone. And I'm a big firm believer in being able to do things that aren't going to cost you money. I try to save every penny I can, everywhere I can. So one of the best things that I found is this Google Maps app. I'm going to click on Google Maps. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type in Grainger Honda. That's the store that I work at. It's automatically going to pull it through. And when I click on this button here to start navigating, you'll hear it come through. I get turn-by-turn directions.
Head southwest on Telfire Road toward Bunger Pit Road.
Okay, so now, if I had the HDMI cord, I could run the HDMI connector. It's a connector that's specific to iPhones. Plug it into the car, and this map will stream right here. I don't have that right now because, once again, it's an additional feature. So I stick with the old school, just real easy right on my phone. So what I'm going to do is, this is what I do a lot of times, is I just put my phone right up there where I can see it. So I don't know if you can see my phone sticking up there, but my phone with the map. So now when I start driving, when we come out of here, it's going to redirect, tell me where to go with everything.
In a quarter mile, continue onto Chatham Center South. In 500 feet, turn left onto Telfire Place.
Okay.
Turn left onto Telfire Place.
So you can see how awesome this is. And you can plug that in to your USB and keep it charged.
Mile, turn left onto Chatham Parkway.
I have access to my map. I don't really need anything that much bigger. The iPhone, I have an iPhone 5. It has a good enough screen on it. It's real simple. Everything is right there. I'm driving through. I can switch between whether I want it to be a satellite view or whatever. But it's just a free solution that the Civic works phenomenally with. Our Hondas work phenomenally with. This program doesn't work great with all cars because some cars are proprietary and pairing up phones and going through all the Bluetooth stuff tends to be a lot harder. Honda's really taking it out of the loop. They don't want to be involved in that end of it. They just want to make their cars accessible regardless of what kind of car you have and what kind of phone you have. So, as you can see, that's how that works. Now, one thing I do want to go over, I'm going to stop the car for a second. It's a very low traffic street, and show you guys a little bit about the top of the vehicle. The EX model comes with sunroof, one-touch sunroof. I hit the button, sunroof pops open. We get a great view of this power setup up top there. Let me close it back over because it's not that good looking. And there we go. I can pull my shade over. And then you have a couple other really awesome features I didn't go over. If you remember in the beginning, we talked about that camera located in that mirror. Now I'm going to zoom in right here so you can hopefully see my audio display. And as soon as I turn on this right turn signal, the camera of what's down the side of the car is going to kick in. That shows me everything down the side of the car. So we're in Savannah, we get a lot of tourists to the city, and making a right-hand turn at one of our squares, it's real easy for somebody on a bicycle to not really be paying attention. They're coming up the right-hand side of the road, and, well, long story short, you go to make a turn, you don't know the guy's there, you either crash into the bike, he crashes into the car. Regardless, it's not really a good scene. So anytime you turn the right turn signal on, that pops up right in there. The other thing too is if I put the car here into reverse, watch the screen, it automatically goes back. And the awesome part about this is, if you can see, it turns to give you your projected course as well. So now I'm turning and it's projecting where I'm supposed to be heading to. So I'm not going to do that too much on this road because someone will probably call the cops thinking I'm a little strange, but you can see how that changed. Once again, it goes way back, tells you everywhere you're going. I'm going to go straight again. I'll show you that when we go back. Now, when driving, if I just want to see, I'm driving right now, if I just want to see what's coming down the side of me, I can look here, and there's a button on the outside of the turn signal that I can just put in without turning, and now I can drive and look at that. So you might have a problem with your neck, and it's hard to look in mirrors. Hard to look in mirrors. This gives you an easy way of knowing if there's something on the side of you, or even when you get to your house, if you want to make sure nobody's coming down the side of you, if you live in an area that may not be the safest. It gives you the ease of knowing if someone's on the other side of the car, or if someone's running up to the car, anything. So I'm going to turn that back off now and concentrate on driving before I drive out into the middle of the road. The GPS, it's just going in the background. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to do anything.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
If a phone call comes in, it'll automatically come through, and the GPS will still send you your directions and just lower down the phone call, which I think is awesome, because it really takes all of your hassle and hands off. Call comes in, I can answer it easily. My GPS still stays going. While it's plugged in, it always stays charged, and I'm perfect. I don't have to worry about anything whatsoever. It makes it really, really, really easy. I'm going to drive past and turn up here. This is our store, Grainger Honda. As you come down,
your destination is on the left.
It's telling me my destination's on the left, so we are good to go. Turn signal. I'm going to turn this off so I don't have to keep hearing it. And we hit. We're good to go. I'm going to drive back over, head across the street, and I'll show you real quick a little bit about the backup camera again, and then we'll be done. So let me turn in down here, and as you see, I'm going to come past one of these signs that say used cars, or clearance, this one says. When I drive up, let's say I want to back right up to that sign. Instead of having to look over my shoulder, which you still want to do, I can use this. See, there's a car coming, so I don't want to go yet. One of the real nice things about this camera and Honda cameras in general is it gives you a real wide view. One of the pro tips on this is when you're using the backup camera, and let's say you're in a parking lot, you're in a Walmart, a Best Buy, whatever, and there's cars on both sides of you, as you go backwards, sometimes it's hard to see around those to see if anybody's flying down those lanes, which is already a safety hazard to begin with. But now the nice thing is, this gives you a pretty wide view that as you back up, you'll automatically see if someone starts coming down that side area, you can stop. It gives you enough time that as you creep out, you're good to go. But anyway, I'm going to start backing up. You see the sign, it's just hitting the first line. Now it's hitting the second line. Now it's hitting the third line. I'm going to keep on going back. And now it's hitting the uh-oh. We're almost at the uh-oh line. Boom. That's the uh-oh line. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to get out. And let's take a look. And there you can see it. We're up nice and close to the flagpole, and just Honda bringing the technology, making it easy for you to be able to go. So I appreciate it, guys. If anybody needs any questions or has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We can get pricing for y'all, even if it just tends to make sure your local dealers being honest with the numbers they give you. Feel free to reach out. Grainger Honda, thank you very much.